way into game number one. We've got a very, very low plane, a very low southern route, and we can already see a couple of teams look like they're heading over towards Military Island here. Golden Cat, Myth, and Fury opting to drop over on Sosnovka. Now, with a plane like this, it's not too surprising to see teams that maybe would normally drop a little bit farther north, maybe try to drop onto Military Island, pick up a few vehicles, see if they can maybe transition to something else later. And hopefully today we'll have some better circles, because yesterday, I got to tell you, chat, we had 2 military circles in a row, and it was awful. Nobody likes to see that. But it looks like this time, at least we're going over to the mainland. There is a little bit of military still in play, but for the most part, it looks like we should be playing it out in the southwestern part of the map. Golden Cats will get all of military to themselves. Meanwhile, looks like Fury dropped over into Novo, and Myth did a little bit of, they sent 3 to the crossroads, and they sent Duckman's way off to the south. So we'll have to keep an eye on these teams about how quickly they can get their looting done and how they decide to make their way over towards the main island. Myth, once again, have their normal roster. They had a sub yesterday, but unfortunately for them, their sub is playing for his normal team. And that would be GC's Tonke. Over in Novo, the Fury boys looting up slowly but surely. Looks like Myth has already gotten into vehicles, and they're going to make their way down towards the south of military to go meet up with Duckmans before making their way over to the main island. Buriram, one of our really, really strong teams, finishing in 5th overall in points during the group stage, but have shown moments of absolute brilliance, and they have looked like a very, very scary team as they finish looting up over in Milta. Gex Ace, meanwhile, in Lipovka, at least 3 of them. They've sent Yelly off towards the west, just south of prison, over in Logging Camp. Victim FTF has been a very scary team. We've seen them be not afraid to take fights at all. And Entry Fragger has proven to be a really, really good player, a very, very good mechanical fighter. So we'll have to see if Victim FTF can keep their streak going of good games. BA next. You see M0 and K-Bytes. M0 has also proven himself to be a very dangerous player. One of the players to watch for sure on that squad. Divine, looting over here in Quarry. They managed to put together an amazing Game 5 on Miramar, clutching out the win with a ton of kills and securing their spot into this top 16. They ended up jumping up to about 9th place, I believe. 8th place, actually, off of that one game alone. They were going into that game sitting in about 14th, so it's a big game for them. A big confidence boost, assuredly, coming into these finals. Here you can get an idea of where everybody is moving in from. You see Myth. Looks like Duckmans might actually be swimming it. Not sure if he's... I guess there might not have been a boat down there. They just wanted to avoid the bridge, it looks like. QC4 Horsemen, meanwhile, we saw them taking a couple of shots at a passing car. They managed to make their way in off of a phenomenal solo performance by Svit in Game 5 yesterday. He managed to stay alive very late in the game, picked up about 6 kills, I believe, and QC4 Horseman clutching out that 16th position by just 2 points. So every kill matters here in these finals. As we take a look at BA Elite, looks like they're going to be crashing right on top of Archangel Predator. Archangel not ready for it, but no, Jay All Day takes out Badman in the process. Archangel Predator, they've got the grenade prepped. Aljan Bots coming in from the side. He's going to try to see if he can maybe land the grenade. That goes through the window, I believe, and yes, he's going to find Jay All Day. So that's 2 down for BAE. The follow-up grenade coming through. Not going to find Loki's. Loki's is still inside this building. You can see Nephor on the other side trying to hold them back. Meanwhile, Archangel Predator just collapsing on top of this. They're going to find Loki's. Yes, they will. That's 3 going down. Nephor now the last player left for BA Elite, and he is down to 50% health, as I believe CJ was getting involved in a fight with him. He's going to push in. The rest of AAP hanging out on the outside. CJ, you need to be careful. You don't want to go down here for free. Nephor manages to get a heal off, or at least a couple of bandages, and pop the boosts. CJ going to pull back a little bit. Not going to push up the stairs just yet. They've got grenades. Why not use them? There you go. They're going to find him. And actually, Nephor going to go down to his own grenade. Not sure what happened there. But in the end, BA Elite going out in 16th place after a rough crash onto Archangel Predator, in which they lose not a single player. Checking back to the map, it looks like Duckmans did swim across to Ferry Pier to provide himself with to get a boat to bring the rest of his team over, and he gets away with it too under the eyes of Golden Cat. So we'll have to see if he's able to make it back over. As looks like Fury Ronan gets spotted out in rotation by Brurium. Luke 12 is there as well. He doesn't spot anything just yet. Not going to find the line of sight. It looks like he's just going to try to get out of here. And this is all going on the south side of Military Base. These two teams running into each other as they were trying to leave. Remember, Burium looted up in the Military Base itself while Fury was looting over in Novo. So Burium going to be happy with that, picking up a kill essentially for free here. Gamao going to have to stop and get a little bit of healing on here, as I believe that Juxi is landing some big-time shots on him from range. Juxi going to go ahead and get inside his UAZ, try to loop around and maybe rejoin the rest of his squad. They don't have far to go. Remember, there's still a good chunk of the military island inside this circle, so they don't have to make it over just yet. Meanwhile, Myth, they do. They got the boat. They sent it back over to Ferry Pier, where Golden Cats is ready and waiting. You can see Hamboya right on the beach, trying to make sure that nobody comes in from the flank side. But the shots are coming through, and they're forcing Myth to back off. No downs found just yet for Golden Cats, but they are pushing. New circle pops, and we're going to go to the very southwestern corner, right over Quarry. You can see Divine has a position right in the middle. Victim FTF has made their way inside, looks like either inside Quarry or just on the eastern edge. Archangel Predator there as well. Nobody working out of Primorsk just yet. You can see Sadie's coming up from the top, the north side. Looks like they'll be making a run for the hills overlooking Quarry. A very good spot, a strong spot to work from for Sadie's. But they got to be able to hold it. As you can see, BA Next is right below them, or just to the north of them, rather. So Sadie's not going to pull in too far. But KJ going to make sure that they're not getting pushed here. Meanwhile, Entry Fragger, you can see off in the distance in the warehouse. Victim Rise starting to make their way through Gatka, but they are surrounded here by Ferox and Gex Ace. 3 teams all working their way around the area of Gatka. Look at this. Teddy is actually going to spot out Magsonis, get the quick down. Six-Sacks manages to make it out of there, but he's only going to stay alive for a little bit longer, as Entry Fragger is going to take him out. And that's 2 picked up for Victim FTF. And look at that. Oh, almost a good shot. Entry Fragger going to have to pull back here as Tinoy had a nice little, or Tomoy actually had a nice little angle here. He's actually going to find Entry Fragger. Mad Dog's going to find him as Archangel Predator is taking shots at this from range. So Victim FTF, they end up getting 2, but now they're under pressure here from multiple teams. They should be able to get this res on Damon, I believe. RDK Boss just healing up in the smoke before pulling back a little bit. You can see where they are just on the southern side of Quarry in the hills to the south of Quarry. GEX Ace hopping in vehicles, starting to make their way through. You can see Victim Rise still hanging out, trying to take long passing shots at any transitioning vehicles. Ferox, meanwhile, is kind of split up by all of this. Just off to the off camera to the northwest is Head Kick. Cut over to VA next. They're going to spot the Gex Ace gang as well. Shots coming out, not finding anything though. Mostly just pushing them off of this position. BA next in a 2-2 split between 2 hillsides here. Victim Rise, they're going to spot out Head Kick as he manages to get in, but just barely. You could see that vehicle was smoking, and Head Kick already down to about 30% health as the grenades are coming out from Genfoss, but they are just not finding him at all. So he's going to take the shots over towards the vehicle, going to explode it, but not get anything down onto Head Kick. Kamal's going to come up over the top. He's going to spot him. He's going to try to flush him out with a grenade. It's going to be perfectly timed. Doesn't get him, though. It bounces away, and okay, now they're finally going to get him, as that took a little bit more work than I think Victim Rise was anticipating. Head Kick not going down without a fight. New circle pops, and we're going, oh my goodness, even more south here over Primorsk. That is a lot of water still inside this circle. Take a look and see a few teams already trying to make their moves. Oh boy, Timoy Pot, or Timoy by himself, playing it cool, playing it quiet. His teammate is Tong K, and he is on the beach way off to the south, so nowhere near each other are these 2 players. They're basically playing this thing out as solos now, trying not to be the team that goes out in 15th place. Sadie's not even looking in that direction just yet. Lockslot, gonna spot out the vehicle in the field, take out the tires, and be a little bit of a pain there for Ferox, as they're still trying to make their way in. GEX Ace, meanwhile, is on foot. Looks like Sadie's still working the warehouse area. They've not spotted out Timoy, but they are paying attention to BA next, who is just on top of the hill over the top of them. Tinoy, just going to hang out. Why not? Just stay in that bathroom. Just sit there for as long as possible. He's a solo player, so he basically just wants to stay alive here. Meanwhile, MSC Theratone, they're going to spot out Victim Rise on this west coast. The blue is pushing in, and they are widespread here. Genfoss gets taken low, but he's going to be able to stop and get that first aid off. But meanwhile, Jankyu and Yoshiminburi going to try to reposition here on these hillsides to get a better angle here onto Genfoss. Looks like he's on the move, and actually Genfoss is going to be able to get in. The rest of Victim Rise, though, caught out in the blue. So Genfoss, the only player now to make his way in, and he's just crashing into Primorsk. Meanwhile, over at Quarry, BA next. Then a little bit of a firefight. Nobody really near them. They're just on the southern wall of Quarry, so they should be able to get that res. You can see Sadie's still sharing a compound there with Tinoy. Well, Ferox, Cozy, going to spot out Life from GEX Ace. McCrit's going to go down as well now to Divine. So GEX Ace getting picked apart here as they try to make their way in. Lockslock is on the hill, and I think he's the last one up. Yeah, Life just bleeding out here. Ferox's going to spot him again. He's just going to try to hide a little bit as Life bleeds out. He'll get himself healed and get himself boosted and try to avoid the line of sight of Ferox and make his way inside this next circle. He doesn't have to go far. The new one is popped, and it's going pretty much the only place it could go. You see a couple of teams inside of Primorsk already. A few more still have to make their way in. You can see Fury, the sky blue aquamarine team, or the aquamarine team on the very southern coast of Primorsk. They're making their way in. Myth is in the north side. Burium, meanwhile, working the hills. Tonke has managed to stay alive for this entire time here for Golden Cats. And look at this, Tinoy now going to try to take shots as, oh my gosh, Sadie's was trying to leave the compound. Tinoy took shots at the last player to leave, and he ends up getting the kill. So that's a point picked up for them. Archangel Predator, meanwhile, they're going to run right on top of QC4 Horseman. The shots come out, good shots coming out from CJ, and that's going to be QC4 Horseman taking out with a little bit of help from Burium. Canaxi, we've seen what that man can do with the DMR, and it is absolutely frightening. He is a great player. KJ going to go down to Savior, and actually Yuri going to go down to a good grenade from Algenbots from Archangel Predator. So Predator, we talked about they had an awful first day of this tournament, but then they turned it around and they played really, really well in their second day, managed to do enough to qualify for the final 16, and now they've come out. They're 4 strong, already 7 kills working from this eastern edge here. You see Burium taking a few shots at him in passing, but not finding anything yet, as it looks like Fury has now made their way into Primorsk, and they're finding themselves right on top of Myth. Victim FTF going to pull away a little bit here as Archangel Predator has pushed into their forest position. They have a little bit of a high ground to work with, but Archangel Predator looks like they're going to be trying to push in because they're under fire from Burium. Edie going to land the down onto Mad Dog. It's AAP going to lay the smokes down, try to get the heals off before they regroup and figure out how they want to go about attacking Victim FTF. Burium still taking the long-range shots over that direction as well. You can see Fury has made it into the compounds. Tonight they do have Waikikamukow, one of the more noteworthy players for Fury, just because everybody loves Waikikamukow. He's a very vocal Oceanic player. As the new circle pops, we're going to go over to the west. Victim Rise feeling okay. MSC Terrathon are feeling fantastic. They have an entire hillside to themselves to work with. That is dead center of the circle, as everybody else scraps it out on the eastern edge here. Burium is just causing so much trouble for Archangel Predator here. They can't push in because of Victim FTF, but they can't stay where they are because Burium is just picking them apart. Actually, Burium going to have to pull off of this now because they are getting pushed from behind by Fury. Naradra gets taken low. He will get the heal off, but Burium's full attention now focused to the south. Fury has sent Luke 12 and Juxi low. Meanwhile, Waikikamukow peeking over the top of the ridgeline here. Edie has gone down. Canaxi is still up. Naradra still up. The grenades are coming out, but they're going a little bit too far. Canaxi gets taken a little bit low, but no, Nordra is going to get taken out. And Waikikamukow coming over at the exact right time. Burium gets pushed on and taken care of by Fury. on the hills just to the north of Primorsk, as now Victim FTF has made it into circle. They're going to try to put their attention back towards Archangel Predator, see if they can gatekeep them from coming in. But they've got their work cut out for them because they have teams just on their eastern side. BA Next and Divine, both very close here. Archangel Predator Killer going to find one, but he's going to get traded out immediately by Mon. Mad Dog and CJ a little bit far off. CJ has a low flank coming from the south side. Mad Dog a little bit further. BA Next hears these shots going on, and they see the kill feed popping, so they're starting to push into this as well from the north side. RDK Boss going to throw the grenade into the smoke. See if he can find anything. He does spot out Mad Dog. The shot's going to come out. He's not going to get the down. Going to pull off of this as, here comes BA Next. They get two quick ones. And it's down to just one player, Teddy from Victim FTF, and he's going to get spotted out by Savior. That's 6 kills now going into the pocket of BAX as they continue to wrap around. CJ now, the lone player for Archangel Predator, hiding on that eastern edge. We'll see if he can maybe pick up somebody before eventually getting spotted. M0 is going to see him, though. Gets him very low. He's down to 10 HP before he breaks line of sight. Meanwhile, MSC Therathon, they're doing some work from their hillside location. Yossi Manburi going to be sending some shots over into BA Next. That's going to stop the push from them. Victim Rise, meanwhile, has spotted out Myth as they try to make their way out of Primorsk. Some good shots coming out of Yoshi Manburi. You can see on the mini-map that they have nobody around them, really. They have a lot to play with, a lot of room to play with. They've sent Rossetted off to the north just to make sure that he's going to pick up a vehicle for him and just to make sure nobody's kind of sneaking up behind them. Meanwhile, Victim Rise trying to make their way out of Prim. They've sent Samoy across over, but can they get the rest of the team? You can see what they have to deal with. Fury is behind them. Myth is behind them. And then you've also got Cerberus in the light green just off to their east, as Divine now trying to make their way in as well. In a little bit of trouble here is Fury going to get the down and the kill onto one. I believe it's just down to Esqualiza for Myth, as they're getting hard pushed here. Victim Rise also looking behind them, seeing if they can pick off anybody trailing after. See Luke 12 getting up to the top of the hill. Esqualisa trying to take a few shots at Waikikamuka, I believe. No. I think he's actually just playing it safe right now, playing it quiet, trying to survive for a little bit longer here, as now BA Next is having to deal with a push from Divine. Leo and Nikki have that northern side to work with, but they're going to get pushed back down by some damage from somewhere. I'm not sure if it was from BA Next. M0 trying to wrap around, see if he can find some kind of angle onto MSC, but he's not going to find it just yet. As we wait and see where this next circle goes. Okay. We're going to cut to the south a little bit. That's good news for Victim Rise, for Fury, and tentatively for Esqualisa from Myth. He doesn't have far to go, but he's got that 3-man squad of Fury right in front of him. Cerberus is going to have to move, Divine as well. And it looks like BA Next might be thinking about wrapping around the north side, so they may run into MSC here very shortly. Juxi managed to get a good position over here. Trying to see if he can get into grenade range of the Victim Rise gang. But meanwhile, Divine wraps around to the south, and they're going to spot out Cerberus. Hisaki, he's going to go down. believe they're down to just one player for Cerberus. Divine has a Leo bleeding out just uphill. Some more shots going to come down towards Turtle as Fury is working up the hillside, trying to get as much damage as they can to people. Basil is going to go down to the blue, so that's Cerberus going out in 7th place. 18 still alive, 16 still up. Waikakamukau find a few shots in. Turtle's going to go down to the blue. 7 kills now for Fury. They're in a pretty good position here. I think they might have gotten, yeah, Espelisa just came out. He got the down onto Luke 12. Wasn't able to get the flush, though. And Juxie's going to trade it back. They should be able to get that res. Meanwhile, Venatica has gone down. MSC has to put their full attention towards dealing with BA next. As M0 gets very, very low, and he's going to go down. MSC will have to push in. They lost. They have 2 down way out here on the edge. And that is really unfortunate for them because that means that they cannot get those res. Rossiter gets the heal off just in time and in time enough to turn his attention over to Leo. Meanwhile, Jankyu has made his way inside the circle. Divine left with Nikki and Levi's. Looks like Nikki might want to try to go for the res here. Levi is going to find Rossiter. That was a bait. And he's going to be able to flush that out. So things looking really good for Divine right now. Jankyu, the last player up for MSC, is going to try to throw the flashbang up over the top, see if maybe he can spot somebody out here. He's got an idea about where people are, but he's not 100% sure. Divine just wrapping around the edges until they can spot somebody out. Janky's going to land the first shots. He's not going to be able to get the second one, though, as Levi's should get rezzed here. They've got a little bit. They've got 12 seconds, 10 seconds before the circle comes up. It's plenty of time to get that res, as Divine now holds full control over the hills. Meanwhile, Fury still 3 strong on the southern side. They've been taking shots over towards Victim Rise here. Kamal's has not gone down yet. Samoy has also been able to stay alive. We'll have to see if Divine comes up over the top and maybe catches Fury off guard. You can see the circles popped, and Fury doesn't have to move too much, but they've already sent Waikakamukau across the street, and Divine is moving as a trio, and they're going to get the level 3 helmet and armor off of that crate. So they're going to be feeling a little bit more refreshed here as the smokes are going to get popped. Waikakamukau going to do a little bit of recon. He's just lying prone. I think he spotted out Levi's. Luke 12 going to try to go for the cross of the street, and Kamal's is going to light him up. And Luke 12 is now lying in the middle of the road. He's got the smoke around him, but you can see him slowly bleeding out. Levi is going to pick up that kill, steal it away from Kamal's. Now Samoy's going to try to lay a smoke wall down, and look at this. Waikakamukau going to find Levi's and trade it back. So we're down to 3 duos, 6 alive, 3 teams up. Juxie's going to find Kamal's as he tries to make a run across, but Samoy going to trade it right back. As Waikakamukau going to try to stay alive for a little bit longer. He's going to go down to Leo, and Samoy now in a 1v2. Can he find Nikki? He does. It's a 1v1 now between Samoy and Leo. Both of them are on the edge of the circle. They have to move towards the center. Good oh my God.